Hi everyone, it's Duchess. The trend of repackaging classic video games through remasters and remakes has witnessed a noticeable surge in recent years. Game companies, recognizing the financial incentives inherent in tapping into nostalgia, are increasingly drawn to the strategy of minimizing risk by re-releasing proven successful titles from the past. However, this proliferation of remasters has not been without controversy within the gaming community. There are apprehensions that an over-reliance on remakes at the expense of original content may have the unintended consequence of stifling creativity and inhibiting innovation. While remasters offer the dual benefits of allowing old fans to revisit classics and introducing new audiences to these timeless titles, it is imperative to strike a delicate balance. This balance involves refreshing old intellectual properties while propelling the industry forward with new narratives and innovative gameplay concepts. This video will scrutinize the motivations driving the rise in remasters, delve into examples illustrating both successful and problematic remasters, and engage in a discourse on the potential impact this trend might exert on the future trajectory of the gaming industry if not carefully managed. Remasters entail the process of taking a classic video game from the past, enhancing its graphics and visuals, fine-tuning gameplay mechanics, and subsequently re-releasing it on contemporary platforms. This trend gained momentum in the late 2000s and early 2010s, exemplified by collections like the Metal Gear Solid HD collection, consolidating the mainline Metal Gear Solid games into an updated package for the PlayStation 3. Early remasters also feature standout titles such as The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time 3D for the Nintendo 3DS, and Halo: Combat Evolved Anniversary for Xbox 360, breathing new life into cherished classics for modern hardware. Over the past decade, the cadence of remasters has remarkably accelerated, evident in recent examples like the Dead Space remake, Resident Evil 2 remake, The Last of Us on PS4 and PS5, and the Grand Theft Auto trilogy. Game companies have astutely recognized remasters as a lucrative avenue to generate revenue, leveraging from nostalgia while delivering an enhanced version of a proven game. Nevertheless, the boundary between a genuine remaster that elevates the original and a hasty cash grab has become increasingly obscured. The surge in remasters and remakes is undeniably propelled by clear financial motivations. Game companies find re-releasing classic titles with updated graphics and features to be a more risk-averse strategy when compared to the development of entirely new intellectual properties. The inherent fanbase and name recognition of well-established franchises provide a level of guaranteed sales and revenue that stands in stark contrast to the uncertainties surrounding a novel game. Leveraging fans' nostalgia and affection for a particular game world or characters becomes a calculated move, offering companies a path to success with diminished risk. A case in point is the Pokemon series, which adeptly oscillates between launching new generation games with fresh Pokemon and complementing them with remakes of older generation games to captivate both existing and new fans. Moreover, remasters serve as a means for companies to continually profit from successful older games. Capcom's release of remastered collections for various Resident Evil and Devil May Cry titles exemplifies a strategic approach to monetize these franchises beyond the scope of new sequels alone. That isn't to suggest that all remasters or remakes lack merit or necessity. A notable example of a remaster that rejuvenated an aging franchise is the 2009 release of The Secret of Monkey Island Special Edition. This remake of the beloved 1990 point-and-click adventure introduced a revitalized visual style, featuring hand-drawn backgrounds and animated character art. Notably, it incorporated full voice acting, a facet entirely absent from the original game restricted to text dialogue boxes. The inclusion of a high-quality voice cast infused characters like Guybrush Threepwood and Elaine Marley with witty personalities, rendering the humorous pirate fantasy world more immersive and expressive. These aesthetic enhancements not only modernized the game for contemporary audiences, but also provided a more engaging experience. For players who cherish Monkey Island but found the static presentation of the original release challenging, the remaster skillfully adapted the game to modern sensibilities while remaining true to the narrative and puzzles. This thoughtful revitalization not only introduced a niche classic to new audiences, but also exemplified how well-crafted remasters can breathe new life into aging point-and-click adventures, enhancing them with quality-of-life improvements. When Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver were released in 2009, they served as a testament to the transformative potential of remasters in enhancing and expanding upon the original games. These Nintendo DS remakes of the beloved 1999 Game Boy Color titles, Pokemon Gold and Silver, introduced a plethora of quality-of-life upgrades. The graphics and sprites underwent a comprehensive overhaul, harnessing the capabilities of the DS to deliver a visually enriched experience. The user interface underwent a streamline for smoother gameplay, while convenience features such as the interactive Pokédex and accelerated battling surfing speeds significantly improved the overall pace of gameplay. Notably, the Pokémon roster was expanded by granting access to creatures from later generations, broadening the array of choices for players. In essence, Heart Gold and Soul Silver took an already acclaimed RPG and ingenuously enriched the experience for both nostalgic fans and new players alike. It exemplified a remake executed with precision, preserving the original magic while adeptly modernizing and expanding in all the right ways. On the opposing end of the spectrum from successful revitalizations like Monkey Island and Heart Gold, the 2012 Silent Hill HD collection stands as a cautionary tale, illustrating how remasters can go awry. This compilation of Silent Hill 2 and 3 faced insurmountable issues stemming from incomplete source code and rushed development. The updated HD visuals, intended to breathe new life into the classics, were instead plagued by frame rate problems, subpar texture work, and an abundance of glitches. The voice acting recordings used compression that rendered characters sounding muffled and hollow, detracting from the immersive experience. Numerous atmospheric music tracks were replaced due to licensing issues, compromising the intended tone. Overall, the HD collection felt more like a botched cash grab, capitalizing on the Silent Hill name rather than presenting a polished restoration. It epitomized the worst outcomes when publishers prioritize hasty, low-effort remasters solely to capitalize on nostalgia. The HD collection underscored the significance of faithful quality control and a genuine commitment to preserving the source material for remasters to be executed successfully. The proliferation of remasters not only saturates the gaming landscape, but also diverts developer time and resources away from crafting groundbreaking new gaming experiences. The opportunity cost incurred by annually remastering several classic games implies a potential oversight of the next influential title that could propel gaming forward. While the occasional remaster serves to preserve gaming history and introduces classics to new generations, critics contend that the balance has tilted excessively towards relying on proven past success, neglecting the pursuit of innovative ideas. There is a genuine concern that an oversaturation of remasters may impede the growth of new intellectual properties, leading to a stagnation in the advancement of gameplay concepts, narratives, and technology. Ultimately, the gaming community is apprehensive, hoping to ensure that resources remain dedicated to original games rather than merely revisiting past achievements. Simultaneously, it is crucial to recognize the valid appeal and role of remasters and remakes. Updated versions provide a means for devoted fans to revisit cherished games, offering enhanced graphics and presentation. Additionally, remasters extend an opportunity for new gamers who missed the original releases to experience classic titles on contemporary systems. There is an intrinsic nostalgia value in exploring old gaming worlds with a fresh coat of paint. Particularly for certain genres like point-and-click adventure games or early 3D games with cumbersome cameras, remasters present a chance to refine dated designs for a new audience. There are justifiable reasons for remastering select all-time great games that haven't aged flawlessly. However, the crux lies in striking the right balance between revitalizing past games and propelling the industry forward with new intellectual properties. While the nostalgia factor undoubtedly contributes to sales, gaming fundamentally is an interactive medium that thrives on innovation. The optimal path forward involves appreciating gaming's history through thoughtful remasters, while concurrently allocating resources to develop pioneering ideas and technology for the future. In essence, moderation and balance stands as the guiding principles. While remasters can introduce classic games to new audiences and enable fans to relive favorites, relying solely on proven past success risk leads to stagnation. Just as music, film, and television require original content to remain vibrant, the gaming industry too relies on the infusion of innovative ideas. Moderation is the key. The occasional well-crafted remaster can provide nostalgia and preservation, but the primary focus must consistently be on pushing creative boundaries. When executed correctly, game companies can harness both original games and remasters to cater to gamers, new and old. And that's my take on this. Thank you for watching the video. If you're someone who loves exploring the depths of the gaming community, hit that subscribe button below and turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. See you guys later.